Cool. All right, why don't you play it for me? Cool. Nice. So, let's get like, so the excerpt, like, what do you think the purpose of the excerpt is? Like, why would they put it on the list?
Oh, they want to hear like really solid low sounds,
Uh-huh.
and also like how can you play through it?
Play through it, right?
Melody.
Yeah, definitely. So they're checking like to see if you have a good sound
Mm-hmm.
and that the sound is even, right?
Yes.
And that you can make like a long phrase
Yes.
with the sound, because the whole thing is just one phrase, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So good. So I think that what we could do is try to make it a little bit more smooth, because it's a little bit like be ya dee dee ya da 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 wee dee da. So let's try to get a good sound on the bottom.
Sure.
Can we just do the first, like, until the third measure there? Okay, cool. So I think that this is like, it's written mezzo forte, but if you're listening to the recording, there's like everything going on during this, right?
Yes.
So I think that we can get a little bit more of like, it doesn't need to be louder, but I think we can get a little brighter sound.
Sure.
Yeah? You want to give it a shot. Do you hear the difference?
Yes.
Uh-huh. Yeah, can we get that one like dialed down the volume maybe 5%? Yeah, that's good. Does that make sense?
Yes. Yeah.
Because like
I mean like it's more centered, right?
yeah, it's more centered, it's not as dull, so it has more energy.
Yes.
And I think that like if you're starting this excerpt and it's just like doesn't have the energy, I think that you lose people's attention.
Sure.
Cool. So let's try to keep that sound when we go, especially when we're switching back to the B flat side of the horn.
Okay.
I don't know. Do you play like switched, or do you play?
Oh, it's the same.
It's the same. Okay. Yeah. So now when we're going back down, I don't know if it's, I don't know. I'm hearing your sound changing a little bit when you're. I think it's on the F.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think there's 3 notes. So you're playing it on the B flat side? Yeah.
It sounds a little empty. Try it. I don't know. It depends on your horn, but try it on the F side. Da da.
F side. Oh.
Yeah, I like it on the F side a little bit better. Yeah, okay. So this is what I think is the other part of the, so now our sound is more smooth, right? So now we want to hear long line, and we also want to hear beautiful, sexy slurs.
Okay.
So let's just try to take, like, yep. Do we hear that? Like, wah. It's going to be the same as the opening.
Okay, yeah.
Da, 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 da. It's like these beautiful, like, Straussian slurs. better. I think that the problem I have with this excerpt is that my G, or the lowest note, is not centered well. So then to slur out of it.
Okay, yeah, I got it.
Yeah. I don't know if it's easier to just isolate. Yeah.
Oh, I got it.
Let's try it a little slower. Like dee da 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 wee. I think you're a little too low on it now. That sounds really good. Yeah. Let's try it big. Da 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 wee. Yeah, that's pretty good. I mean, it's better. But I think that if you can get that, because the reason that happens is it happens 5 times. There,
Yes.
and there,
Yes.
and there, and there, and there. Yeah. One thing that is distracting from your like nice slurs is that you're swelling on your wah ba ba.
Ah, okay.
Wah ba ba.
Okay.
Yeah. Because this is just supposed to be one long line, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's much better. Yeah, cool. Okay,
is the volume good?
What?
Is the volume okay?
The volume? Okay, so that's what we're going to talk about next.
Okay.
Yeah, so what makes this excerpt pretty is that the line keeps going despite the dynamics changing a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah? So it's a little tough because we're supposed to start at mezzo forte and we get to an unspecified dynamic at 4, but then we get back down to piano.
Yes.
And the problem we've already established is that you want to start that low note pretty loud, right? So how do we get from like an already pretty loud sound to like a little bit louder and then back down to piano? That's our challenge, right?
Yes.
And we want to make sure, like, to really make this thing sound really pretty, if I start at that the C like here. Do we hear how that?
Yeah.
Yeah, but we have to get it quieter, but
yes.
keeping the intensity through it, right?
Yes.
Yeah. You want to try it the same place I
just
started?
from there?
Yeah, from the C. You're falling into some traps of I think you're losing the line a little bit.
Yes, especially the...
Yeah, be da da da. You're thinking of it more like in 2 is like be da 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 wah, but be da 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 wah, but
okay.
But it needs that like intensity, like a train just like doesn't stop, like it just keeps going, right?
Sure.
Okay, is there any way we can find another place to breathe?
Yes.
I think that your rhythm is not exact in this area, and it's detracting from it just a little bit.
Is it slowed down?
You were like lilting it.
Okay.
I don't know. It was a little bit. Yeah. It just dun 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 dun. Yeah. Because I think that gives it more power when if you have it controlled. It gives you, it shows that you have more control. Right?
Yeah.
Do you wanna try putting it all back together, and we can go to the
Sure.
the second section.
Okay. Let me think about that. Yeah.
So where are you gonna breathe between here and there?
I was
maybe
thinking about that.
maybe
Yeah.
there, yeah. I think that's where I breathe. Or you could breathe after the D. Dum bum bum dee, dum dum.
I would try to like hide it in the
Sure. Yeah.
sense better.
Good. You still have some old habits
Yes.
of lifting. Wing,
Yes.
beat on.
Yeah.
It's not Johann Strauss. If it was Johann Strauss, then we could like have a little lilt. But I think this is like pretty intense.
Yeah.
All right, so you want to show me what you've got from 10?
Sure.
Okay, cool. Okay. Can you do the beginning again? I feel like your rhythm is just like not
Yes.
totally straight.
It's not, yeah.
Wait. What tempo do you want to? What is your speed?
Yeah, it's too fast.
What happens here? Like, what's going on orchestrally? Do you know?
It's like really loud in there.
It is pretty freaking loud. Why is it so loud?
I think it's a recap in that, right?
No, we're not to the recap yet. No. The recap is ba ya da 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 dee da. No, but it's all the horns.
Uh-huh.
So the idea that we need to do is to create what a horn section sounds like.
Mm-hmm.
As opposed to like a solo horn player that can be a little bit more flexible.
Yes.
So like I think that we need to like really create some rhythmic stability so that you are showing to the listener, as in to the fellow horn section, that you're a team player.
Yeah.
Right? And so the way to do that is to like whatever tempo you pick, sometimes it I think it's the same tempo. I was thinking maybe you could play it a little faster because you were a little faster, but
Yeah.
I think in most recordings it's going to be pretty much the same tempo.
Okay.
So that means that like it's going to sound the triplets are going to have a little bit of like a held feeling.
Yes.
Da 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 da, ya da da, ya da 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 dum, boy yan da da dum, da da dum da da dum. right? That's where you get the 16th notes will create that like intensity.
Yes.
And the triplets notes are more heroic. Heroes don't like trip over themselves. Like they don't walk too fast.
Okay.
The heroes like they know what they're doing.
Sure. Try that.
Yeah, give it a shot. Cool. Yeah, it's better. Can you get any more on your first note? Ba-da-da-da. It's hard, right? Yeah.
The B flat.
Yeah. It's hard to do it all on the first. Obviously, you don't want to do that. You're doing it on the B flat side, right?
No, yes.
Yeah.
Yes, all the B flat.
All the B flats. Yeah, totally. Yeah. Okay. So the trick, the reason they're going to be listening for is that it doesn't start. It's the way it's written is not ba da da dum, right?
Yeah.
It's
like
ba da da dum.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so one way that you might help yourself out is by not playing the higher octave F too loud.
Okay.
You know, like you're like ba da da wah
Okay.
because
Gotcha.
you can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's much better. Do you want to play it together?
Sure.
Because it is like more interesting. 2, 3. One, two. Yeah, don't get sharp on the.
Sure.
Yeah, and also here I play this on third valve just to make sure that I don't get high because we're in B flat. So
Yeah.
actually, are we? Yeah, we're in B flat major. So you're
Yeah.
Did you see how like when you play it with two horns, it just is more stable. Like
Yeah.
just by nature.
Yeah.
Yeah. And those can have a little bit
Yeah.
because that is where like more like the hair of the guy is like flying back. Good. Okay, I think we'll stop this first.